Some dude called me out on Facebook. Let's talk about that. Welcome to Republican Talks, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today I'm going to be talking to you about this guy on Facebook. His name's Savage Sean. He called me out on a Facebook post. He made an entire post about me, calling me out, and I thought I'd respond, and it's a lot funnier because now it's going to be on YouTube forever. So here we go. So let's start off with the post itself. So the post itself, it says it's on the NBA Greatest Debate Room. So if you're a member on that, welcome to my channel. And it says here, plenty of retard brawn boys, which I don't know what he means by that, by the way. It says retard. Like, I don't know what that means. It sounds pretty retarded to me, honestly. But anyway, let's move on. It says, plenty retard brawn boys think that stats are the same as championships. Shock face emoji. Have to use anything to make losing as LeBron 40K mean something. Kareem had the scoring title and wasn't nothing big. And then he posts a comment that I made responding to him. And if you look closely to my comment, I was responding to his. Because he says, stats are the same as championships, right? No. I said, what are you even talking about? Stats are the same as championships? I don't think either are, which is funny because he cuts it off at the right moment. He doesn't even post my full comment. Because if he did, I literally said, I don't care about stats at the end of it. But we'll get into that later. I was confused on what he was even talking about because he made another post recently about Bill Russell. Now, I'm a basketball fan, right? I'm not necessarily a basketball fan. I'm more of an 80s basketball fan. There's a difference. 80s basketball is not the same as basketball. I think 80s basketball is a lot different. It was a completely different sport back then. Now it's a completely different sport than what it is now. So I like a lot of the older players. I respect the older players better. I play 2K. I play with like 80s and 90s teams. So anyways, this is what he posted the first time. Anybody that calls Bill Russell the GOAT obviously doesn't know much about the evaluation of b-ball and the big difference between the 9-team format and the 30-team modern-day format are just retarded and can't use simple logic, #retards. I disagree. I hate this debate where it's like Bill Russell can't be considered the GOAT because he only played against 9 teams. You realize that 9 teams would make the NBA a lot harder to play in? Imagine if the NBA only had 9 teams. You would have to take, first of all, you have 9 teams, and then each team only has 15 roster spots. So at most, you have under 150 players in the NBA. Those 150 players are the 150 best players in the world. So I don't understand his logic here. The argument, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So anyways, moving on. I posted a comment. I posted a comment and I said, you realize that a 9-team league is more difficult to play in. Imagine if the modern NBA only had 9 teams. And then I posted underneath that, I said, also, you talk tough for a faceless account. So then somebody underneath, Roy Green, he comments, stop that BS narrative. Basic math tells you it's harder to win with 30 teams than 9 teams because you have 3 times as many teams to beat. First of all, 9 times 3 is not 30, it's 27. Basic math tells you you're wrong. The debate here is more teams equals harder competition, but that's not true. Because if you look at the actual stats of it in the NBA, most teams don't even have a chance to make the finals. Like, have you ever looked at the stats? Most teams have like a 1% chance. And then there's like 5 teams that have like a 30% chance each. Or not a 30% chance, but they have a higher percent chance. There's like 3 teams with like 15, 20% chance range, and then all the other teams are just 1. It's kind of ridiculous, really, of just how weak the NBA is. Because most teams don't have a chance. But if there was only 9 teams in the NBA, all 9 of them would have a realistic chance because all 9 of them would be stacked with really good talent. Which is why I don't understand this whole argument. But then here comes the intellectual himself, Savage Sean, and he posts, stats are the same as championships, right? Like I said, I have no idea what he was even talking about. Because this is a response to, you realize 9-team league is more difficult to play in. Imagine if the NBA only 9 teams. I posted that comment, and that was his response to that comment. He said, stats are the same as championships, right? Tagged me. So then I wrote, this is my full comment that he posted earlier. What are you even talking about? Stats are the same as championships? I don't think either are important. I think those championships, I think it's how those championships were won and who you beat that matters. Stats are the last thing I care about. I post in that comment, stats are the last thing I care about. I don't care about stats. Oh. For example, Draymond Green recently beat Larry Bird's 3-point record. Like, he has more 3-point shots made than Larry Bird. Which is like, oh, does that mean Draymond Green's a better 3-point shooter than Larry Bird? No. Because if that was the case, then Shaq would be a better free throw shooter than Curry. Because Shaq still has more free throws made than Curry has. Or heck, Shaq's a better 3-point shooter than Pistol Pete and Jerry West, too, because he made more 3-point shots than him, too. It's a ridiculous narrative. And that's why I don't think stats matter. I think it's the championships, like who you beat in that championship, and how it happened. So, for example, Jordan beat Magic, right? But if you really look into it, it's not that impressive because Magic had half his team missing. So that championship, like, really isn't that great. It's like, okay, whatever, big whoop. Jordan would have probably gotten beat if he had his team with him. Anyways, his response to that. So what are you talking about? Stats are the last thing I care about. He goes, STFU. Yeah, STFU. You still come up short. Which I hate how he spells. He can't spell right. And that makes it hard for me to read it. And he goes, STFU, you still come up short. You retard MF. And then he shows me NBA players with the most amount of trophies all time. You're a twisted fool. If stats are the same as championships, then here's your statue in front of your house, you little retarded idiot. And it's a statue of LeBron wearing some sort of tribal hat. Like I said, I don't understand what he was even going for here because I literally told him stats are the last thing I care about, and he's still like under the impression that I just need the stats to be good. And then I commented again. I responded to his other comment. I said, I don't care about awards. I even told you that in one of my earlier comments. I care about performance and efficiency, which is what I think is what really matters. For example, I think Dominic Wilkins is one of the best NBA players of all time because of his performance and his efficiency. How efficient he was, how he performed all the time. He was always consistent. He was just on a very bad team. That's why he couldn't make it very far. And then he makes another comment saying, and Bron will always come up short against the GOAT MJ. And I responded to him, I completely agree with you. Can you even read? I agree with him completely. LeBron is not in my opinion, LeBron's not even top 10 all time. LeBron's maybe top 15. Like, LeBron's good, and I respect LeBron because he's 40, or just about 40, and he's still a really good player. And that's great. However, he's not one of the GOATs. I respect him completely, but I don't think he's one of the GOATs. I respect the hard work. He's good. What he's done for the NBA has been great. He's not the GOAT, though. He's not one of the GOATs because he's had way too many opportunities to succeed, and he's failed at all of them. And the 15 people I have ahead of LeBron on that list, if they were put in LeBron's shoes, they would have won every single time. So I don't consider LeBron to be top 10 all time. So anyway, moving on. And then he comments, I made the post, you retarded MF call. He posts a clip from Tropic Thunder, and it said, you went full retard on it. Which I don't understand, because I literally had said nothing. The only thing I said was, A, 9 teams is harder to play against than 30, because the talent is more condensed. And then 2, you're right, MJ is better than Jordan. And I don't care about stats. That's all I have said. And then, like, we're saying the same thing, but he's calling me retarded because why? I don't know. Because he can't read, that's why. I'm commenting on his new post, proving that he was wrong and that I don't think that stats are better than championships. And he kept calling people retarded. So then, you know, I responded to one of his comments because he wouldn't respond to me. So I responded to one of his comments because he called somebody retarded. And I said, well, we know that you can't even read. And I posted the comment where I proved. So I posted the comment underneath it saying that we know you can't read. And it's my full comment saying that I think stats are the last thing I care about. And then he says, shut yo retard as up. He spells the A word with 2 Z's because of just how intelligent he is. I don't know what this dude's problem was. So I thought I'd make a video about this because I thought it's pretty funny. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.